Digital Evidence Manager client application demo. VeriPic's Digital Evidence Manager is more commonly known as DEM. VeriPic helped to invent the digital evidence management industry by being a very early pioneer in 1998. That is why Digital Evidence Management and Digital Evidence Manager are registered trademarks belonging to our company. If you have an interest in the cloud version, there is a separate demo for that. Let's get right into the demo. Viewing evidence is as simple as just a few clicks. To view evidence, simply click on the big button at the top of the main screen. You have the option of selecting a particular case number or searching by keywords. Anybody who's used to a search engine on the internet can easily search by keywords. You could even type the case number into the keyword section if you know the case number, or you can select the case number from the case number window. I will now search for photos relating to arson by typing the word arson and hitting search. I can further narrow my search by searching on specific keywords. For example, I can search for the keywords such as kitchen for kitchen fires. You now have a list of all the pictures in the database that match the crime scene of arson and the keyword of kitchen for kitchen fires. The search history shows you the history of your search as well as the narrowing of your search. If you want to see the thumbnails of all these pictures, just hit the thumbnail button. Notice the thumbnails appear nearly instantaneously. This is the kind of high performance you can expect from VeriPic. We call this feature Turbo View, where we can extract from 50 to several hundred thumbnails per second. This comes in handy if you have complex cases with hundreds to thousands of evidence files. To see a specific picture, just double-click on the thumbnail. Now you are viewing the picture on the main screen. You can zoom in by clicking on a particular part of the picture, or zoom out by holding the Shift key and hitting part of the picture to zoom out. VeriPic is so simple to use that most users can learn how to run the software in as little as half an hour or 2 hours of training. Enhancement tools are built right into the system. If you want to see the inside of this room and it's too dark, you could simply adjust the brightness and contrast inside the room. Here, I'm going to raise the brightness and contrast in order to see inside the room. All the enhancement tools included with DEM are non-destructive. What this means is that we could do a contrast and brightness and other kinds of enhancements, but never change the original. If you tried this with a photo editor or other tools, you're definitely going to change the original and affect the authenticity of the photo. This is yet another reason why you should use a professional DEM system for law enforcement and court use. Do you need to produce an audit trail for the court? With VeriPic, this is extremely easy. I'll go ahead and pull up the built-in audit trail feature. Everything that has ever happened to this particular file since the time it was imported until now is completely recorded in the audit trail. The timestamp used is an authenticated timestamp based on a tamper-proof clock at our server. This is further assurance to attorneys on both sides that the evidence file is authentic and has not been tampered with. The system really saves you a lot of time documenting the case. Do you need a court exhibit? Getting one made is as easy as clicking on a few buttons. As you can see, this is a whole list of items that you can choose to optionally include or not include in the court exhibit information. Once I'm ready, I'll go ahead and click OK. Then there you have it. This is a preview of the printed court exhibit, including a lot of information that you might want to display to accompany the exhibit. Doing this in other software would take many hours of time per exhibit. Doing it in VeriPic takes just a couple of seconds. One feature that VeriPic is famous for is the ability to examine photos and tell you if we detect signs of editing or not. To do that, just hit the Authenticate button. This works just like antivirus software, except that we look for evidence of tampering and edits to the photos. This helps protect the integrity of the photos. We also have a security feature where we apply multiple hash numbers to digital evidence to lock it down to prevent tampering of the photos. VeriPic holds 2 U.S. patents on this technique. The key is to use multiple hashes in such a way that it's impossible to have hash collisions on tampered evidence. That's why we use the multiple hashes instead. Finally, every file is encrypted using a different randomized encryption key. In the unlikely event a hacker breaks the encryption file, all your other files are still secure because with Digital Evidence Manager, the keys are different for every single file. Always insist on these security features when you choose a Digital Evidence Manager. VeriPic DEM also handles video, audio, documents, and more. In fact, every type of file can be stored in DEM. For example, opening a dash cam video is simple. Let's search for a dash cam video. To view the video, just double-click on it and it shows up in a window. To view it full screen, just double-click on the video. Double-click again to return it to the window. To see the info on the video, just hit the Info button. Notice all of the files of all the types of allow documentation with titles and notes, and these are searchable. VeriPic is also an excellent system for handling body-worn camera videos. One advantage of VeriPic is that it is camera neutral so that you can use multiple brands and models of body-worn cameras in your agency without being stuck with using just one type of camera. Next, I'll show you how to import into the system. Importing evidence into VeriPic is simple. Just hit the Import button on the main screen. Next, choose the files you wish to import. A number of different media located on the memory card will appear. Select those you wish to import that are relevant. You can also import into an existing case if you have additional evidence to add by selecting the case below. You can optionally use wildcards to narrow down your search for an existing case and zoom into the right case that you wish. You can also add a new case number. The system administrator can optionally require the user to enter the case number twice to make sure that there are no typographical errors. You have the option of entering titles and notes to describe this particular media or set of media. All the words in the titles and notes are completely searchable for ease of use for finding this particular item or group of items at a later time. Notice the checkbox on the lower left that allows the user to declare whether these files are discoverable or not. This feature works hand in hand with the eDiscovery compiler to make the responding to court order discovery requests easy and painless. The system allows you to digitally sign the media if you wish. This is an optional feature. If you want a simpler process for importing, you could simply turn it off. Hit the Finish button and you're done. Notice that the import paused on the file with the license plate because it detected that the file has been tampered with. We can still secure it, but it won't be declared as authentic because it has been tampered with. The authentication feature worked as designed. We will now review the files that we just imported. I will now open the file with the license plate. The software declared the file to be secured, but not authentic. Notice that the license plate has been wiped out. The authentication feature detected the tampering of the file. I will now advance to the next file. Notice that this file has been declared as authentic because we did not detect any tampering. Notice how simple the system is to use. We've literally gone through both the import process and the viewing process in a few minutes. Many customers learned enough from this video alone to begin using the system. We are done with the basic features. Let's go ahead and look at a few of the more advanced features of the software. The system contains a very comprehensive security model. We basically allow each user to do or not do specific things based on what your requirements are. Let's look at security by editing the security settings for George Monroe. On this screen, we have the basic access capabilities for George. He is currently a member of the patrol group. Suppose he gets promoted to a detective. All I do is add detective to his group membership. Now he can see evidence and cases belonging to both the patrol group and detectives. These groups are completely definable by the administrator, and you can mix and match which groups people belong to. You could even create a special purpose group, such as internal affairs or other types of groups that work for you. Next, let's look at how we control George Monroe's access to the different program features. In this drop-down, you can see that we can control his capabilities on Digital Evidence Manager, Barcode, or the mugshot system. But we will go ahead and just look at DEM. As you can see, George has the ability to do or not do any of these features based on whether or not check marks are in place. You could do this for groups, or you could do this for specific users. It's that easy. It gives you total control over the capabilities and accessibilities of any of your user groups. It is very flexible as a result. Here are some advanced features that are typically not found in some of the digital evidence management systems. Every police department at one time or another will need to look at a fingerprint and do a background removal. Usually, a fingerprint examiner uses a different print powder color than the background. VeriPic has a background removal filter that allows the customer to select the fingerprint powder color, and the system memorizes the color. Anything that isn't this color gets sent to the background. We set the foreground color stain as black because that's the color of the powder we used. Anything that isn't the fingerprint color, we set to the background color stain of white. We'll hit the Apply button and wait a few seconds, and you will see the result is this picture where the fingerprint is very prominent and easy to look at. The background has been pushed into a good neutral color so that you can view the fingerprint details more clearly. Another advanced feature that is commonly needed in police work is the ability to measure items that are visible in the picture and to print them out in life size or a multiple of any size. This is useful for things such as bite marks, shoe prints, etc. I will now open a picture with a visible scale inside the picture in order to calibrate it and print it at life size. In order to print this at life size, all I have to do is teach the computer how big the item is with a scale that is inside the picture. I could do this in just a couple of mouse clicks. If I want to print this at life size, all I have to do is tell the computer that I want to print a 1-to-1 picture. If I want to do another magnification, I just select the size I want from the drop-down. I'll click OK. Now I'm able to print a court exhibit in life size. For example, this is an 8.5 by 11 photo court exhibit. As you can see, the 6-inch scale is approximately 2/3 the way across the court exhibit. If I were to hit the print button right now, this will print out in life size. It will be so accurate that I could hold up a ruler to the scale in the picture and the tick marks will match. Additionally, if I wanted to know how long the gash in the tire is, all I have to do is select Measure Distance and click at one end of the gash and click at the other end of the gash. I can measure in inches or millimeters. It's that simple. Other versions of the software are also available. The same software is available as cloud-based software where there's no software to actually install. All you have to do is go to the website and log in. Additionally, the cloud version has an Android and iPhone app available where your smartphone or tablet computer can act as a video or audio recording device for your system. A hybrid system is also available where the software runs on your local computer and the data is backed up to the cloud. And this concludes the demo of the VeriPic DEM system. If you are curious about our other products that work with this system, such as Evidence Pad, Barcode System, or Mugshot System, please visit veripic.com to learn more or call us at 888-837-4742. That's 888-VeriPic. Insist on genuine digital evidence management brand products from VeriPic. Thank you.